But you've got both initiators there, a lot of information available to them, and already with the knife being shot, okay, it doesn't get them all the info, but it gets them enough.
Yeah, MrFaliN might not have the Dizzy to work with, but still a flash on cRaxs as well. BBL have their own though. REAZY lining up the dog right now. It's gone through. Flash on the back of it, you'd imagine. No, just a straight up swing. The flash comes behind QutionerX, letting him get close, letting him take these fights and win them. Nice little double to open things up. Brave, the one to find that second as FUT now find themselves locked out of B. And it's going to be tough to find their way back through. They've got a Viper wall to try and block out those longer range angles, but BBL have taken a lot of their players onto the site.
Needed a kill and not going to find one. REAZY already there. Brave looks
already 1 round under their belt. A big stack up from FUT, trying to use the firing squad of Classics, and that has worked out very well. Damage is done, but converting any further kills should be quite difficult.
Oh, you say that. Who's the last man standing, Mitch?
Oh, AtaKaptan with a classic.
AtaKaptan with a classic.
Enzo's sweating backstage.
Well, a chance, but yeah, it's a very slim one. They've retrieved the guns as well. We'll take those through to the next round. The thing is, this BBL squad at times has been incredibly explosive.
Sometimes. Well, it's rifle round for FUT. About to have a fight on its
50% of that information. They're going to go hunting for the rest. The timing on the Tiger, not the best and not able to correct. It's a good recovery, and actually cNed continues to push. If he goes any further, he's going to end up spotting the spike. This could be a huge problem for his opponents. It's going to be retrieved. pAura just about makes it around the corner. However, that's so much info for the rest of the team. Yetujey is there to kick things off and give them that advantage.
Yeah, cRaxs has even got some support to play with here. Not able to use the flash up because he blind Yetujey, but he's got his gun in hand, ready to duel in the swing. Happy to get their toxins back online before they make this push, I'd imagine. Never mind. They're going straight out ahead of it, looking for some fights. It looks like they're soon to get them. The bait as the plant is faked to attempt to draw them into open combat. Blast pack used, mosh pit in. The utility response is there from FUT, but there seems to be a response from BBL. They want to get aggressive. QutionerX swinging through. The smoke is being caught. Yetujey finds REAZY, but BBL still have 1 player left behind on the site. Elite trapped. But already having taken down MrFaliN, it looks like he'll just about escape, but they're on his tail, about to see this double TP straight through. They know he's still inside. AtaKaptan has confirmed it and is now closing the distance on the door. They'll open it, presumably with that snake bite, and leave Elite down in the dumps. In fact, no,
they didn't.
Rotating around. In a long way.
Just patience.
AtaKaptan will get it anyways.
Yeah, I think that he just waited for the moment that his teammates didn't go through the TP, knowing that he would eventually have to leave. This now leaves things in a pretty problematic scenario for the remaining pair of BBL. pAura's going to try and get aggressive. Needs to win the fight, and the timing couldn't have been any worse. Now it's all on to Brave.
Shows what they can do. It's good to see players like cNed, though, still around, and I think this year as well, having that massive resurgence. He'd been good before, great in the past, and now back to excellence. This BBL side looking to take over A with the weaker weapons. They've gotten a lot of space out of this. The utility sure delays the plant slightly, but at the end of the day, they're waiting for FUT to run out of utility and have to take these fights with weapons in hand. That's when the numbers advantage could come into play. Orbital strike used here by Brave to isolate some fights, then Showstopper comes online, fired to heaven. Not a great angle for it, and not one that will find a connection. cNed again on a sliver of health late in the round, but he's surviving, and these shots are not landing. REAZY on 20 HP, flanked out by Yetujey, leaves Elite with absolutely nothing. Orbital strike using Showstopper, didn't work. This Showstopper, little bit better, right at REAZY's feet as cRaxs pushes up to claim control of Bath, backed up by Yetujey, although that support was not really needed. BBL found themselves investing all their credits into this one after using ultis in the previous, and now, a matter of seconds into the round, Tom, they have been put in there, locked in now for the defensive side.
Now once again, the double initiator here as they try and push through mid once again.
Oh, MrFaliN's going to be under pressure to take that fight. REAZY winning it out. It looks like a null command going into play for cRaxs, but he's not able to fight ahead of those smokes. They've lost the space, they've conceded it, and the plant has come through at this point. FUT are forced into that retake, but they won't be too upset about it. Look what they've got to work with when they put feet back on the site. Viper's Pit out of Yetujey. He's going up towards heaven, which makes me a little bit nervous. You also have to contemplate in the side of BBL, their post plants, Molotov on Brave could be in play. We can see his position on the map, and yes indeed, he's playing that post plant molly, so now there's a bit of time pressure on FUT. They have to win these fights relatively quickly as they move their way forward. Sure, pAura's drop, but still haven't cleared out lamps, and this is where big problems could be brewing. Elite Still on that off angle, clean kill on the planter or diffuser. They're like, oh look, they made a mistake, we can defuse it. Wall goes down, and this happens. Nice and easy.
Has been one of the real sort of standouts. This guy has been the reason that this team has been so unbelievably good. pAura setting up for the ult. Again, it's going to be pressure, but AtaKaptan already manages to find an opener. And this has just gone a little wrong. They've used the ult, but there's not really a way they can play off it.
Yeah, kept way back on this. BBL now have to find an alternate solution to breaking through this defense, and it's not going to be dry running it at least. You can't imagine it is. cNed sat in the corner. Thrash put through AtaKaptan right up on it to trade through the wall, but doesn't need it. Not with spams like that from cNed, and that was blind fire to take down another player, to take down Elite, remove that Viper utility, and send BBL to a familiar situation. 2 versus 5, 30 seconds on the clock, and they're saving. But this time, yetujey's ahead of it. He doesn't want them to carry these weapons through to the next. Instead, he's hunting them in their spawn. And now the rest of FUT are on their way. 18 seconds plus some post-timer. pAura's got to hold on strong if he wants this weapon for the next.
Slow down FUT, but it is not slowing them at all. They are pushing this again.
Yeah, we start with the flash out of cRaxs. The paranoia used, the nade now forcing them out of position into the fight, and that's exactly what FUT want. The kills found, and favorably for the defensive side with BBL trailing, and pAura tries to bridge the gap, loses the fight, loses the spike. Where's he going? cNed's blast packing around like a lunatic. The cRaxs has got him covered. That's going to be a frustrating aim duel to try and take. And now all that's left is for Brave to 1v4, all players in the same position.
A bit more awkward. And they don't care, and the one time they don't do it is when QutionerX set his showstopper. They wanted to try and counter them directly with an ult, and there's no one here.
And they're slowed down by the mosh pit. What a trade out. An ult for a cheap piece of utility, but one that's found so much impact in this series so far. MrFaliN might not be fragging, might not be leading from the front, but he's doing his job, and that's all he needs to do. This time, though, AtaKaptan goes down. Damage already done. Showstopper back in from cNed. Nade in from cNed. These players are in trouble. cNed's just shredding them in Lamson.
.38 HP, a Spectre, 3 players behind, and cNed is behind him.
Oh, that's
absolutely have themselves up to strike. Viper's Pit, if they need it. Nothing spotted outside of the B site as well. They will know exactly where this is coming from.
Okay, they might know where it's coming from, but dealing with these players this time could be a different challenge altogether. Good flash, but QutionerX, team flash in fact, but it works nonetheless. Gets the others closer to take down those kills. QutionerX wrap was perfect. Smoke up top blocked out anyone from helping. And finally, Viper's Pit has come into play. So BBL, 4 versus 2. A lot of damage done, granted, but orbital strike in play. Viper's Pit already up. Spike planted, time ticking, shots coming close. cNed spams through walls have been unbelievable at times. There's one through the pit, but it was tracers. Orbital strike pushes him back. His life should be fairly limited at this point. 1 HP, spamming with a Vandal and a snake bite that catches him as it unfurls. They even drop the pit to leave yetujey in the open. And at this point, there's no letting FUT push, although FUT didn't. This time, FUT are looking to be a bit more proactive. But that Viper orb has put a big problem up for them. It's synced with their wall, so they're not going to have their own toxins to cross with. They've already lost a player on the way through. The defensive side can now just sit tight and wait for the reactions. And as we look towards Hookah, it looks like a lot of pressure will be on Brave with a frenzy up close and 3 players, 2 in fact about to peek. And cNed wins the fight. Sight now under threat. Good nade, great nade. This utility from cNed ain't perfect. And cRaxs jumps up on the wall for 1 with the decay. Well, now all of a sudden, FUT are looking to win this round, looking favored, and they've isolated QutionerX. Another 3K from...
Oh, no. Look away. Cut away. I don't want to see this.
And here we go. For the first time, Elite swings in and catches 1.
It just seems again and again. I'm thinking back to the pistol round he won on Breeze, but I think this last... Okay, the nade one was good. This shot was ridiculous, and that was just so clean. Like, it's been fantastic towards Hookah. No rotation yet from the side of BBL. They still don't have the info. The jump spot being attempted, but for now at least this has been avoided. Smoke will go down, but immediately cNed's gone straight through it. The shot from REAZY's good though. Drops him out of the sky. And Brave swinging has caught another couple. This is a solid hold.
I think from the side of Yeah, I think the initial flash that comes out of Gecko on the way through from MrFaliN, just that little split second.
Wow. If put into place at the right time, could set them up wonderfully. And there you go. It's brought this to a halt. You can already see the rotation sprinting from Brave. The pot flash is good though, and actually AtaKaptan, he's just got swinging off the back of it. Takes a bit of a risk, and QutionerX there. 2 kills immediately, goes for a little bit more. Might have got a bit greedy. His teammates aren't really available to stop them, but I'm loving the position of REAZY. This is so much more passive than you'd normally expect. He is waiting for them to drop out, already finding the kill, and he won't quite get the second, but 11 HP for cRaxs. Good luck.
That will be an impressive 1v3 if he can pull this across the line. That A hold was unbreakable. They've shown that B is strong as well. Good signs for BBL's defense early on. We just need to see them close this round. And a showstopper too. Well, he almost had a quick round. yetujey dropped. One towards pAura. There's Elite picking up his Viper's Pit. The players on foot have rotated around. Still, BBL are sat in positions. REAZY hasn't been given this up even late into the previous round, and we can see that Brave is also in spot. This could be both of those remaining ultimates farmed up right here and now.
In a good position. Flash out, it's going to give both players away. May go down to his paranoia, is in.
Spike down,
and has managed to find them a couple. Again, though, the rotation already on spot, but the rifle's been picked up by AtaKaptan. He's going to be waiting close to the smoke. Definitely be a gamble to go through it. I think they're going to try and patiently wait on the other side. As that plant now comes in, the nade is going to force cRaxs into a bit of a more awkward position. AtaKaptan immediately traded it. It's almost. He didn't use the word ult.
I didn't shorten it a little.
Both teams ready to dump. As we will now have that wraparound coming in already. yetujey, I think he was stunned up there. He still manages to hit the shot. Maybe that's the curse of the breach. Well, he did get attacked by the threat, but it doesn't matter. yetujey's just hitting every head. It leaves it all up to Brave. A 1 versus 3 scenario. An impossible position to fight from. Still has a Molotov, but he still believes there's someone towards the showers. In fact, though, yetujey has abandoned that spot. Going to try and get onto that diffuser. He's done some damage, but doesn't even know the second player's there, and another one is wrapping it.
Those ults came through. The little homie came in and wasn't even needed. Look, it's so quick. A little tap on him. An afterthought. The showstopper from miles away.
The thing is, nade. I'm looking at where cNed is. I don't think he's got a lineup from there.
He also still has his nade.
That also does it. You never know, though. He's about to get 2 kills. So they just gave him in advance.
QutionerX just used his ult. Showstopper up towards heaven. And sure, it canceled AtaKaptan's from the shadows, but if you're going to offer me a trade from the shadows for a showstopper,
Look
I'll
at the
take
time. 25 seconds left. The
It's on Brave.
positioning of Brave could be everything. They've not checked. They've not checked. He's just going to try and drop the spike. A second player. If he kills the player with the spike, he might just win them the round, but he's only done damage. Still, though, QutionerX now here, waiting with the rifle. First player dropped. Still, that spike is coming, but it's got down. It's trapped. I think they've just about done enough. It would have to be the kills for Vert, and it is not happening. They managed to win the round purely based on utility to slow you down, but also now the weaponry. I think that would be an oversight. An oversight that MrFaliN as an IGO is not going to allow.
Mosh and nade for backside, but the corner's still wide open. cNed out there on his own. Brave is isolating duels. The spike retrieved, but a 2 versus 5 after the chaos of initial engagements. yetujey.
This B-side defense has been
Danger, and this is a round that BBL have to approach with an element of caution.
Right there.
Again. Just those couple of weapons to play with. It's a freebie, though. Elite gives that one up. That gun can quite easily be retrieved as well, especially with 3 pistols in play. This definitely makes things dangerous. QutionerX is going to try and make a move off this. The nade could be catastrophic in terms of the damage, but it's not going to go in time before the wingman plants. An after plant, an extra rifle found. This is truly dangerous for the side of BBL. REAZY's almost dead too.
Only guy that can't get healed back up as well, and now he's the last man standing! They should have some honorary foot merch for this game.
Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
Long in play, they can't cross all too easily. And at the moment, you can see that's all they're waiting for. Smoke down. AtaKaptan at least able to block out some of these angles, get them closer to the site. Perhaps the drawing rotations in, still the option to rotate with that teleporter in play. Brave is on his way. Flash is good, they can take some deeper control, and up top, cNed catches Questioner. The battle of the races goes cNed's way, and he's inspired to keep up the fight. Even throwing a thrash into this, and it's caught them. No, it hasn't. It didn't. They destroyed it just in time. Okay, it's not going to run the clock down that much. They still have the disadvantage on the way back through. The defuse to be found, the stun going in. And the players not yet found. AtaKaptan isolates a 1v1, loses it. REAZY on another MrFaliN though. He's being quiet all map. And now he steps it up for the double. Elite, the last man standing. And waiting for their opponents to make a mistake, make a move instead. Going for some mid aggression. Hadn't seen anybody there, so the rotates are back, but these players are close on hand to maybe try to pick off some of these A players. So the shock dart's good for MrFaliN, but he dodges the next one. 50 HP, just about holding on to life. And this squad for FUT about to be pressured on with paranoia coming through, and AtaKaptan caught down below, but there's support from MrFaliN. pAura, the one to pick up both those kills. Damage done to cNed. Although qRaxs will avoid as any further damage with the decay disintegrating. He swings out, catches one, right clicks from Brave, not landing, and the wall up, and a brave attempt from pAura, but it's not going to work. He's going a bit more direct, dashing in.
We've seen this Omen before, and it definitely at times has been very hit and miss. Paranoia is great, smokes for extra space, fantastic, but the loss of movement or aggressive movement can be a big problem. So we'll see. I think that's mainly going to be a problem when it comes to going into the attack.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, here they only have classics. That's why MrFaliN's having such an easy time picking them off and finding himself his ultimate in the process. Hunter's Fury online for next point, though. You start to think FUT are not just looking for that orb. The knife has gone down on yellow, but the players flooding the site is more so what gives that away. A plant all ready to be secured. Now we can see the advantage of having that Hunter's Fury late. They are still fighting, still pushing. cNed alongside AtaKaptan are in the spawn almost, and now looking to fight back. It's almost like they're the defenders attempting a retake. Their own little fight, their own battle, supported by spams out of qRaxs through walls and walls. They're finding all the kills. Oh, a disaster for BBL. Questioner barely even getting...
Right now, BBL still trying to react. Okay, they want those openers. That's what they're going for here. And cNed, he uses the disruption to his advantage. pAura, they know he's here already. This is already just falling apart completely. Finally, Elite drops somebody on the side of FUT as they're looking to retreat. He's going to try and catch him, and while qRaxs has won that battle. And it is not one I think we're likely to see again. And it's not getting any better for them. They know where this last
some games. We see this team consistently in series and in maps be slow to start. We looked at the percentages. It's always like the late half, the kind of second quarter that they managed to find the majority of the rounds. Hunter's Fury, it's not. It's caught MrFaliN. The spam from Questioner off the back of the reveal works perfectly. Null command burnt up right here and now. Plan has been secured, and now the fight back through the pit's going to be tough.
But that's the problem. It was meant for plant denial. It hasn't worked out. cNed just went sliding away, but he's still been caught. The best scenario we've seen so far for BBL. AtaKaptan is already tagged desperately low within this, but the time is ticking. They need to get a move on. They're hoping to try and find someone. The dart has revealed, and that leaves just one in AtaKaptan. He's managed to dance his way around. He's trying to deny the defusal, and he found a couple of kills. I don't know how he's managed to do this. AtaKaptan has just pulled off maybe the most ridiculous clutch we've ever seen. How has he done that?
Utterly speechless. We need a replay. Cue it up. Get it up there.
The thing is, we saw it from his POV, and I still don't believe it. It's
I need to see this a second, a third, a fourth time.
He was, I think, 36 HP.
Out of ammo.
He doesn't hit the shot.
One,
then
two.
just goes with the shorty. Gets both players. It's ridiculous.
Look at yetujey. yetujey's been breaking the sound barrier down on the stage when they win rounds conventionally. I think that might...
Again, one of the most enjoyable players to watch. One of the friendliest guys and an absolute demon in the server. He's kicked things off versus pAura. Again, the finances not in a good position for BBL. They've got a lockdown, but you have to remember ults were committed in that round as well. There's so many negatives to what we've just witnessed. REAZY hasn't managed to get anything. QutionerX, however, has, and he's actually making a good go of this. In fact, they're looking for an instant response. 5 HP, though. Getting out of his important. Teaming up with the rest of BBL. He's still actually fighting, and he's going to go down for it.
Oh, this is dangerous. They can decide to push this on the side of FUT, but right into Elite's Sheriff. Beautiful shot. Recon just to check there's no flank waiting to catch him. He's going to have to run, but he'll make it. Out of there just in time, but the mid flank is watched by Brave. There he is. MrFaliN spotted him. Brave knows he's been seen. He'll start to back off. Taking this fight together is so important. This is a clutch that they cannot lose on the side of BBL. After that previous round as well. MrFaliN, he was slow on the first map, like we said. He wasn't fragging out, but now 8-2. Starting to find his groove. They've split up on the side of BBL. 2 1v1s on offer, but time is going to be the real issue. 12 seconds to get onto that B site, find the plant, and these players are close by. In fact, a perfect angle found by... There's a part of me that wants to see this series even just conclude on a third map, second map, wouldn't matter to me, but these two teams...
The other part is a Liquid fan.
That's the bigger part. But it would have been...
Oh?
Could be even beautiful if we end up there. For now.
No real damage in. Again, that Hunter's Fury is available for MrFaliN. He's already going to be falling back. He's going to use it preemptively. They like to do this with disruptive plays, but the flash only catches one.
It's not enough for them. FUT have time on their side, but the advantage for BBL as they look to fight close, spam through, catching yetujey. QutionerX, a shrouded stepped up top. Good position to play from now as they can just smoke off this choke point and start the defuse halfway already, and the kills keep flooding in. cNed's the last man standing, and he has no chance to deny this. In fact, almost just trying to save the push isn't coming through, that it's probably an A play, but they can't get here in time. FUT have already overrun the site, and now it looks like a plant will come in. The shock darts, we've seen them before. A second one's on the way. AtaKaptan's got to move, and he's taken a lot of damage for that plant. Something for BBL to work with as they go straight back in, and a great reveal combined with the paranoia finds the opening.
cRaxs with an immediate trade, though. Keeps things even. The wall has been problematic for them. The shot's not quite connecting, and they're already getting this one to half. In fact, REAZY's just going to stick it all the way, but it doesn't quite get diffused. It's still left down to AtaKaptan. Snake bites have been thrown in. He knows he needs to get up close. He needs to try and find that lineup, but they've got the res. Thrown in at the perfect moment. I don't know if he's going to be able to stop this. The spam this time isn't enough. He'll kill off Brave.
Back towards yellow. This is where the real danger is. The dash has come in and cNed's found him. Now the fight seemed quite telegraphed, and Brave was in the wrong spot to find any sort of success. AtaKaptan now breaks a turret, causes them to look the other way, and that's when MrFaliN strikes a beautiful trade, even if not intended. But REAZY gets a little bit of his own done. That kill might just set their eyes on the site where they now believe the spike to be around, but look at the flank! Oh, he connects it, and the dart was seen. yetujey not able to find the shots and bails out just in time. 5 bullets left in that magazine as they attempt to move forward towards this spike. Blade Storm still for cNed. He can get up and above, trying to catch the head of pAura. Can't quite connect, but with REAZY down, there's no diffuser, and there's no one to even attempt it for pAura. Finding both of these players is near. The retake setup is going to have to be tested, and perhaps Brave can find a few with the spams through the smoke on the Phantom. yetujey lurking up on A. Smoke's about to fade, and he's just walked his way through. An ambitious attempt from this man. He doesn't expect there to be another, but he's faded through the smoke.
What?
And now MrFaliN strikes, taking down Brave, who starts to rotate. They think it's A. Of course they think it's A. And that's when they lose their B player, lose their B site, and face into a 5 versus 3 post plan. An absolutely impeccable lurk from yetujey. Couldn't have planned it any better.
It's like fighting your shadow. You just don't know where he is. You can try and stamp him out, you can try and crush him, but ultimately he's still there, lurking behind you. A nice attempt from pAura to bait somebody into the fight, but they're more than ready for for anything else, and at this stage, it just has to be the weaponry. They need to bring something through into the next round. Make sure they can at least get a purchase, and cNed, well, he's on the hunt. Yetujey, as said, he's your shadow, he's behind you. He's the darkness.
They're all over him. Look at that mini-map. Players absolutely everywhere. cNed shot!
Looked impeccable. They did struggle on the defense last time, but as said, we've already seen the adaptations. Nice one from pAura, though. That's a huge double kill. Leaves MrFaliN and cRaxs, and not to say that this time they definitely know it's a hit towards that ace, so that shot dart's going to do the work. At least make things a little bit more competitive. Now, pAura's still here, and he's low. He doesn't have any support. If they swing off this, it would almost have to be, well, yeah, I was going to say a missed shot from the other side. This is starting to get dangerous, Mitch.
I mean, I can forgive him for that, though. That flash was perfect. Now there's no utility left for FUT. Now they have to do it with just the rifles in hand. 20 seconds till MrFaliN even has a reveal, and that turret has to be destroyed. Has to be, there we go, has to be destroyed. Had a little bit of armor, I guess. It bought full shields. Lead down to 48. Cutioner, though, behind this box. He wasn't able to find value last time. That very same smoke ended up giving them away back out. Now the jump on top of the box is what takes him down. Elite and Brave, the last two players. Okay, Braves, he's played this all round. He's been so slow, so methodical in clearing these corners, and now he's got the timing near perfect. It all depends on which way MrFaliN's looking. He's swapping his vision between the two angles, and if he turns at just the right moment, he'll catch Brave. BBL, nothing is going right for this squad with Elite on 48 HP, 1 versus 2, and a spike still to be defused. No time. Victory for FUT. BBL have had a phenomenal season, and now they stand in a position where the choice of this series was top of their group or not in playoffs, and the latter is looking so much more likely.
That round was just pure pain. Like, it felt like they...
BBL would be finding a record, I believe, if they lose this one, Tom. No team who's played 2 games in the week has lost both games. What a time.
It's not a record anyone wants.
No, I don't think it's one they're aiming for.
No.
Especially after the season. What a heartbreak it would be. It could be, and it might be. Plant to come through, pAura barely dodging that. Shock dart, but not the right click. AtaKaptan's caught him with that. Advantage now to FUT. They found the pistol round to start this out, and by God, BBL need the pistol round to at least give them that leg up in this half. They're always slow to start, not just in maps, but in halves as well, and they cannot afford for that trend to continue here. 4 players fighting this choke point. Flash is good, but no follow-up on the back of it. Reveal, catches cNed, wallbang, taking him down. cRaxs, though, backing him up on the side angle. cNed, 7 HP, and he's gone running in! 4 spot here, Tom. The attacking side wants to move into A and find success here. They could have played 11-3 and fought with rifles, but their best chance is to interrupt them here and now through a smoke. MrFaliN picks up the first. There's another as AtaKaptan eliminates Brave. Viper util down and out. Post plant ability not even worth talking about because they have to get the plant down first, and the spike is in the open. They're about to swing. 3 players from FUT on the back of the side, and a great transfer from Cutioner. Good damage, but it's not enough. Not unless Elite can pull out a 1 versus 4. Ata and cNed, 1 shot to the body.
That will be the one that probably haunts them. I think facing FUT was always going to be a nightmare. They've started this round off well, though. Very well, in fact. The aggression of the side of FUT for once has been punished. It wasn't much in the last map, and it hasn't been in this one. MrFaliN and Yetujey are the final piece to the puzzle of them getting their first round on this side. Even still, it's easier said than done. He's completely surrounded, so I don't think any miracles will happen this time. Yetujey hoping to pull off one of his own. The other side is a res, so unless it's going to be an early pick in an awkward position, Cutioner is just looking to try and take the fight. As said, on this side, it's always more difficult. Him running that Omen doesn't allow for the same sort of shenanigans we see from the opposing side, and pAura might be going down here as well. He's managed to dodge and survive for the moment.
For the moment, yeah. That moment quickly passed. 3 players staring at him once the wall goes down. Defuse tapped, but not stuck just yet. FUT baiting them into fights. Shot from cNed with the dash on out as they reset. Wanting to go on the back of, I thought, a flash, but no, in fact, it's a nade that gets thrown through. Yetujey dropped. Push out of Cutioner is perfect. Sure, cNed picks up one, but the time now running low with players still to be found. They're still finding them though. Spray at a Brave, good to catch AtaKaptan and
Starting to get there, and the economy isn't going to be there, at least for now. Of course, for FUT, they can take a lot of these rounds quite easy at this stage, and I see cNed having a blade storm. cNed was behind him. I say was because I doubt he is anymore, especially after map 1. I can't believe he stuck this.
At 12-6, sticking this ult all the way through. It's being watched. AtaKaptan knows this is a possibility. Fighting up close, yetujey. Not expected after cNed's initial kill, and they make it out, avoiding Questioner. They're watching their back. They're aware that this is an angle he could be on, and it's all down to the timing. The swing from cNed gets the trade. The advantage stays in their hands. They made the mistake of tagging him down to 20 HP. That's where he's been hitting every single shot. He's been unkillable. Once he goes low, the ult is used to finally deal with cNed, to equalize the numbers, and perhaps get them a plant through on this side. Shock dart. Oh no! Pours down in the open! That's the spike! I mean, they can just about reach it by the looks of things.
I got the spike.
And they will do just that. With the advantage given away, and yetujey has ultimate online. The lockdown could be used at any moment just to force these players back with 40 seconds left. Time is a big deal for BBL. They can't go rotating to the other side. Commitment to this plant and post plants. They want to pick ahead of it. REAZY can't find a single player. Backs off with the reveal. There'll be no further utility in play with that knife. Catching both. Nice shot for qRaxs. Trying to get ahead of the fight was elite, but it's too little too late. 13-6.